I'm Jon Darling, and I am day 11 in the Live Music Is music series. Tonight I am playing at Rockwood Music Hall on Allen Street in Manhattan, and I'll be playing new songs for about 45 minutes. And yeah, it's the first time I've played them out live, so I'm nervous and excited at the same time. My band that I generally play for and write for is called the Greyrace, and we have got one record out. We have songs ready for the second record. Tonight at Rockwood I have some friends coming up on stage to accompany me. Joe Brack from the Greyrace, he's the guitar player. He'll sit in on a couple of songs, and my sister Jon Darling will be singing backups on 2 songs. And Phoning It In is a song written about giving a 100%. When you say that you're not going to be phoning it in, it's like you're not going to be giving like a half-ass effort, or like 50%. So when I say I'm not going to be phoning it in, it's like giving it 100%. Live music to me nowadays is I think it's like a brief artistic expression, which it translates in different ways, but for me it's something you do for 45 minutes to an hour, and it can never really be recaptured in that exact way. So I find that to be interesting with live music. And when I started playing at the age of 17, 18, it was just something you did. It was cool, and I always wanted to be a musician. I didn't really think about live music being separated from music on tape. And I think over the last 15 years it's gone full circle. There's been recording, and for me that's been good, and then the live music took me on the road around the world, and I really loved that part of it. And the songs that I'm writing now, and I'm more excited to be showcasing those songs as an experience, to be playing them live. I feel different about it than I did when I was in my early 20s, and I think that's down to confidence and nerves, really. My first band that I managed to play at the Bowl of Brooklands in New Plymouth with, which was a very big deal for us at the time. We were 18 years old and full of grunge. It was on the back end of Nirvana and Pearl Jam, and we just that was all we wanted to do. We called ourselves Shattered Existence, and it really was a combination of the Seattle grunge sound at the time and some leftover heavy metal roots, I think, which came from Master of Puppets, Metallica. So it was that combination mashed together, and we loved it, and we did it, and that's it. Greyrace name came from, actually it was the same sort of deal. We were signed to Unfiltered Records in New York here, and we had a deadline. We had about 12 hours to name the band because the record was mixed and mastered and we had no name. And the Greyrace came naturally to me because at the time I was listening to Bad Religion. Their record was called The Greyrace, which is one of my favorite records, and I suggested it to Ethan and Jeff. At the time we were a 3-piece, and they loved it, and so we settled on it. And then 6 months later I find out that The Greyrace meant something completely different to them than me. For me it was sort of like a New York population thing, with the black and white coming together and therefore forming a Greyrace. And their meaning that they got from it was a flatline sort of drive in the middle to nowhere, whether it's in a car or just a streamline of people going to nowhere. So, both of those ideas I thought were great, and that's how we spawned the Greyrace.
From here